Thanks, Akal and Shibindu, for that. And in finance world, let's begin with the top lines we're following at this hour. The newly constituted Monetary Policy Committee, headed by RBI Governor Urjit Patel, to present its maiden policy review today. Announcement on interest rates to be made at 2:30 p.m. MPC has 3 members each from the government and the Reserve Bank. To boost inflows of foreign funds into Indian capital markets, regulator SEBI on Monday raised the FPI investment limit in government securities to 1.48 lakh crore rupees, which will be further increased to 1.52 lakh crores from next January. IT Ministry gives its in-principle approval for around 9,000 seats in business processing outsourcing. That's BPO units across several small cities of the country, including Varanasi, Siliguri and Patna. More than 50 companies will set up BPO operations at 60 locations in 18 states and 2 union territories. And Corporate Affairs Ministry launches SPICE e-form. The main objective of the launching this e-form as SPICE is to provide speedy incorporation-related services within a stipulated time frame, which are in line with international best practices. And all eyes on today's monetary policy announcement, which will be marked in history as the first meet where the interest rate decision is taken by a panel and not by an individual. How this monetary policy will be different from earlier ones, let's take a look.
This is for the first time that a 6-member Monetary Policy Committee will take a call on the interest rates. And if in case there is any kind of tie as far as interest rates are concerned, then final say will be of RBI Governor Urjit Patel. Now, India is also going the Federal Reserve way. That means the US Federal Reserve also holds a 2-day meeting and the interest rates are announced on the next day. Similarly, Reserve Bank of India will hold meeting for 2 days and the outcome on the interest rates will come on the next day, that is on Tuesday.
The inflation has moderated as expected. So I would therefore expect the central bank, that is the Reserve Bank of India, to take this into consideration and take its call.
Till now, the monetary policy was announced at around 11 o'clock. But from now onwards, the monetary policy will be announced at 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Therefore, the timing will be an important factor because timing will be changed from this monetary policy.
And we'll be getting you updates on that big development later on in the day. But let's take a look at how markets have been performing. We're going to begin with the US pack first and tell you what they did in trade yesterday. But as you can see, the US markets down less than 0.5% in yesterday's trade. The Dow Jones, S&P 500 and Nasdaq, all 3 indices were in the negative. Talking about the European bourses and the kind of activity we saw in Europe, the FTSE 100 and the CAC 40 both up. The FTSE jumping about more than 1% in yesterday's trade. Talking about how Asian markets are performing in morning trade today, as you can see, the Nikkei Kospi Taiwan weighted all up, while the SGX Nifty giving off negative cues, down marginally by 10 points in morning trade today. But talking about how the Sensex and the Nifty performed yesterday, as you can see, both the markets jumped close to 1.5% in yesterday's trade. The Sensex and the Nifty up 377 and 126 points respectively. We'll keep it watch for that also. But for now, for the rest of the news, is back to Sakal and Shibindu.